Excuse me. Hey, excuse me. I work for Black Lives Matter.
Sure.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I work for Black Lives Matter. I'm sorry that I scared you.
That's okay.
But since I work for that company, my CEO has told me to come out today and to bring you on your knees because you have white privilege. So if they see that a white person is getting on their knees, that shows solidarity for.
You need to understand this is another fucking human. This is another human being. You don't treat people like that. I don't care who you are. I don't care what your cause is. I don't care. You do not treat people like that. There are some disadvantages for some people. There are also some disadvantages for other people. People who are disadvantaged in any way exist in multiple facets of society. If we let's remove skin tone for a moment. I wonder what the figures are on intelligence. How much of society has the most intelligence? I'm not talking about what race, I mean people in general. What people, how many people in this country have the highest levels of intelligence? I'm not talking school smarts. I mean raw intelligence. How many people in this country have the highest amount of bulk strength? Just raw strength. Likewise, income. That's another one you can look at. You can look at athleticism. Look at anything. There's always going to be people who are at a disadvantage. Some people never get sick. Some people get sick all the time. That's a disadvantage. Some people are far taller than most of the population, based on an average. You do not run up to people like this and treat them inhumanely. I'm not going to discredit or undermine the fact that there was a point in time in American history that this happened. Now is not the time. Because one extreme like this will absolutely create some very counterproductive results. Results are going to come out of this that I don't think are considered. Any group that you ostracize, all of the people, even if they're in different groups, if their one common goal is being ostracized, they will band together. That's how you create extremism. It's exactly how you create extremism. This shit is dangerous. Don't treat people like that. I don't care who you are. I don't care what your reason is. I don't care if you're black. I don't care if you're white. I don't care if you're Mexican. I don't care. Don't treat people like this. Period.
The situation, and could you.
So I actually want to point something out. So initially, I felt bad for this lady. Right now, I don't feel bad for her. I'm actually not surprised. She is in a vulnerable position. Number one, it's a man. Number two, that man ran up on her. Number three, what is she going to do? Most women have the assumption that men are dangerous. When you do something like this, if it wouldn't matter if you were a white guy doing it to a black woman. It wouldn't matter if you were a black guy doing it to a white woman or even another black woman. It doesn't matter. None of that shit matters. What matters is this action will breed a negative response. It will breed bitterness. It will breed hatred. It will breed discontent. It will breed all kinds of things. Forcing anyone to do anything does not prove that it's a genuine action. Right now, she probably feels like she has no other choice. The same thing when you raise kids and force them to say yes sir, no sir. If you force them, that does not breed respect. That's an automatic response. It's not the same as respect. It's not genuine. Her being on her knees was done out of fear. Fear harbors resentment. Keep that shit in mind. I feel bad for her. But I'm not surprised. Keep going.
Please apologize for for your white privilege.
I am. I'm trying to think of the right words to say because that's a big thing. From
It's large in this country.
I'm incredibly sorry.
About racism, anti-blackness, or violence. I will use my voice in the most uplifting way possible.
You know this is full-on manipulation. You're guilt-tripping people into doing this. Now, I'm not saying everybody here has been guilt-tripped. What I'm saying is these people believe a narrative that they are somehow responsible for shit that happened in the past. If that were the case, let's look at it like this. If present-day humans were responsible for the actions of people in the past, if someone goes out and robs somebody else and happens to, we'll say, cancel that person because they don't get what they want, does that mean 4 or 5 generations down the road, the person who committed that atrocity, their family should be responsible? That's what we're doing. Like, that's what this is. You're holding people responsible who have nothing to do with the atrocities that happen in American history. Maybe their ancestors did. Maybe. But there's no way to know for sure. Unless you're going to go around DNA testing everybody, most of these people probably have very, very little family ties to most of that. It's sad. And the people taking advantage of these individuals' weakness and unwillingness to stand up for themselves is just as sad. This is not okay. You don't treat people like this. This is insane to me.
And do everything in my power to educate my community. I will love my black neighbors the same as my white ones.
That shit needs to go without saying, honestly. That shit needs to just go without saying. If someone's going to be openly racist, tell them they're fucking wrong, period. If someone's going to be openly racist, you tell them they're wrong. Across the board, it doesn't matter. But it also doesn't matter who it is that's being racist. Any racism is not okay. The intentions might be laudable. It may be a laudable pursuit. However, the willingness to stand up against someone who's racist should be a part of every person in society. If you have to do this to convince people, it's not genuine. If anything, You're dehumanizing other humans. It's genuinely a sad state of affairs.